believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How we doing? Oh, the pain train won't stop, can't stop, sir. We're back in the Champions League nights. Manchester United lose in a squeaker. Bayern Munich 4, Manchester United 3. Same ailments that we've seen from this side, this season to date, right? Come out of the gate hot, have some good chances, don't take them. And then 20, 25 minutes in, concede a goal, a soft goal, a bad goal. Onana with his first proper error for Manchester United, and then follow that up shortly after with not even an individual error on the goalie, but getting cut open like we have all season against Brentford, against whoever we play this season. We've been cut open at times, and it's all been the same kind of cutback right in the middle of the box, nobody defending. United kind of got a grip of it at the end of the first half, came out second half. Good goal from Højlund, nice scrappy one. A tough handball in my book. I think that's a tough pen where Kane slots it home. They get another one, we get another one, they get another one. And it was one of those games where, even if we could stop conceding at the end, I don't know. It's one step forward, two steps back for Manchester United. Every time we do something good, we screw up a couple of minutes later, and it's just a really frustrating match. We didn't get embarrassed, but it's one of those games where if we show up and stop fucking shooting ourselves in the foot, we can get results, and we can get results against good teams. And this is a good Bayern team. I know they're not at the exact level they need to be, but frustrated. How you doing? How are you feeling, sir?
What do we have to do to get good results? What are you saying?
We got to put one foot in front of the other, sir. We got to keep on walking.
Sir, that didn't make no sense. Look,
I
this
never
is
make any
Sloppy
goddamn sense.
Joe's. How many American Red Devils out there like Sloppy Joe's? This is Sloppy Joe's football. SloppyJoes.com. We got to buy a lot of domain names here at the American Red Devils. Shitfootball.com, SloppyJoes.com. Look, at the end of the day, you huff and puff for 15 minutes. What's that going to get you in the footballing world? L's, baby. L's. Stacking those L's. That's where we are right now. Look, it's a European Titan, Bayern Munich. It's hard to say we're really fighting in this game. I felt like they didn't really get out of first gear. Nice to see Højlund get his goal. That's a positive. Casemiro scrapping. You like to see that. Palestri with the start, the young kid. But it's just sloppy. I mean, you got to harken back to last season. Clinicality, we don't have it. We're not organized. We're switching off. The second goal for Bayern is inexcusable. The effort around the pitch, the press is disjointed. Any elite team is going to be able to get at us, and we're going to struggle with the mid-table as well. And Champions League, we should qualify for the next round. Hans and Franz, third place, you get Hans and Franz. I'm not ruling that out, but we didn't quite figure it out because you have to figure it out for 90 minutes. You play to win the game, 90 minutes. You got to show up, have a game plan, have dogs on the pitch. They're going to work like crazy. We're going to be organized and dominate the opposition. Do I expect that at Bayern away? No, but I haven't seen us play good football in a long, long time.
Well, I haven't seen good football over 90 minutes, but that's what it takes. I'm not going to make excuses for this team. It wasn't good enough to win at Bayern Munich for sure, because that team, that occasion, look at that squad on paper. You would take just about every player in that 11, and some of them would fit right in. But, John, you're elsewhere. You're not in the Bay at the moment. You got work travel, so we're doing this remote. So the excuse factor is still working over here, baby. No problem. We might be a different time zone. You're in Mountain. I'm on Pacific. But excuse factory is working. Injury crisis. End of a hard run of matches. All right? Erik ten Hag, he's had a shit start to the season. The squad has been not playing well. But now we've got a very good run.
It's disorganized.
Now there's no excuses. So all I'm saying is, hold on. This is the hardest game we have of the whole group stage. Bayern away. We have 5 other matches to right the ship. The other match in the group was a draw, which is actually good for us. And now Burnley at Turf Mordor, huge match, and it's back to winning ways. We got to pick up points from the shit sides. Burnley are playing awful. They're going to be a hungry dog. But the best way to get some momentum going is start winning games. And right now, it's like even when we play well at times, dude, if you're losing, you ain't going to be feeling confident. So all I'm saying is like we got to start getting dubs and we start stacking 3 points. And I think if we do that, this team will start to build some momentum.
The ailments that were there against Nottingham Forest, that were there against Arsenal, that were there against Brighton, were there against Bayern Munich. That's my biggest issue with this team, right?
No doubt.
So you got to stop the bleeding. You have to find it. You have to make changes. You have to find the dogs. You have to find the players. You have to find the system. Erik ten Hag has to stop the bleeding. You start well. What can't you do? Concede 2 in 4 minutes.
Yep.
This is killing this team. Wet noodle mentality, disorganized football. You have to play to win the game. We are not doing that. We are grasping at straws. We will continue to flounder until we can figure it out against Burnley. And unfortunately, that second goal where Eriksen didn't mark his man, the pullback wide open in the box, we have seen that so much this season. It's insane. It's driving me crazy at the moment. And Manchester United has to sort it. It starts with the manager. He's got to find something with these lads. We have to find our Liverpool at home. Last season, that's where we turned it around. We have the players, I think. You see it in spurts, but it's concerning until we start seeing a different brand of football for Manchester United. Quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the Muppet Take and you want to support the American Red Devils, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/American Red Devils. We don't have any sponsors on the podcast. We're 100% fan-backed, fan-supported. So go ahead, check out our Patreon. You get an extra podcast every month and a ton of other benefits. Please check it out. You guys are the real MVPs. Also, check out our store, AmericanRedDevils.store, for all merchandise, scarves, pins, stickers, you name it. AmericanRedDevils.com for the top fan Muppet blog content that you're looking for in your life as a Manchester United fan. You need that Muppet Take during these crazy times. Sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews are a great way to support the pod. It helps us get found organically by other Muppets like yourself who enjoy the Excuse Factory running overtime like it has been. And even better, we're giving away free scarves, free American Red Devil design scarves anywhere in the world. We will send them out. All you have to do is write a 5-star review wherever you listen, but ideally on iTunes or Spotify, and send a screenshot of that review to AmericanRedDevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I will personally pick, pack, and ship a free American Red Devil scarf. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world. I'm more than all right, sir. I'm doing great. I'm sweating in the pod room. It is smoky out in NorCal right now. I can't even open the windows. Here's a great 5-star review, speaking of which, from Max Health Joy. Best United podcast. Love the bias fan take. The boys are hilarious and know what they are talking about. Both my father and I love the podcast. Thank you, Max. Thank you for everyone writing those 5-star reviews. Sir, I am all right. This team might not be all right, but hey, we got each other. Here we go. Let's hear those angels sing. Bayern Munich versus Manchester United at the Allianz Arena in Munich. Champions League, sir. You know, we could get booted from the group as long as I can hear this music 5 more times. Group stage, game week 1. Let's get into that 11. Oof, it's patchwork. We got Onana in net. Back 4, Reguilon, Martinez, Lindelof, Delo. We did a midfield 3 of Eriksen, Casemiro, Fernandez. Marcus on the left, Højlund up front, and Facundo Pellistri gets his second start ever for Manchester United on the right. Champions League, Bayern Munich. What do you think of this 11, sir?
I was surprised he started Eriksen in the midfield, going toe-to-toe with Bayern. We've seen United struggle with attacking teams like Brighton, etc. A little surprised there. Kudos to the manager for going with Pellistri. I really think that We needed a winger, pure winger out on the right. You got to play Bruno and Rashford in their best position. So totally agree with this 11 from Ten Hag, other than that Eriksen start. What do you make?
Yeah, good point. I was glad to see Facundo getting a start. Back four picks itself as like nobody left other than Johnny Evans. So we are really thin at the back. Now that AWB, who was going to start this game, I would imagine, is out for weeks to months. Another gut punch. But spot on, sir. Eriksen, can he do it? You would have thought McTominay maybe gets a go, but hey, he's going to stick with that midfield because they looked fire last year, but we can't seem to replicate that same fuego this season.
Let's enjoy those angelic voices, sir.
I'll tell you what, I know UEFA are corrupt fucks, but whatever they do not change that song. It is literally perfection. Speaking of not perfection, let's talk about Manchester United. That first half, United start well but completely fall apart after Onana's error. 5 minutes in, huge early chance for Facundo at the far post from a nice Eriksen pass, but defender does just enough to put in a foot, and I think Facundo, if he's running at that ball, he's got to tap in at the far post. But hey, the boy needs minutes. He hasn't played enough. Maybe if he's been getting minutes, he would have been there to slam it home early. We could have used an early goal.
Half of a penalty shout here, to be honest. That was like a heavy tackle through behind. He got the ball, just probably not a penalty, but as a Muppet, definitely stone cold pen.
There you go. 22nd minute. United were playing well, but when we had the ball, we'd give it away far too easily. We were passing it to no one, and here's a big chance for Bayern because of one of those turnovers. 22nd minute, Martinez does very well to cut off Gnabry after United give the ball away again, sloppy passing. And then 28th minute, sir, you give up goals like this, you're going to make it almost impossible to beat a team the caliber of Bayern Munich. 28th minute.
And here is Kane, and here's Sané. Oh, it's in. The goalkeeper, Leroy Sané, gives Bayern Munich the lead.
Excuse factor, I tell you what, nobody's working on that shift because I got nothing to say. You know what? This happens. Part of the game. I can't excuse it. Onana put his hand up at the end of the game. Says, I want to do the interview. I screwed up, and that's a screw up. It's an error. It happens, and it's a shame because that ain't going to make his job any easier because you're already under a lot of pressure. New guy, first new goalie in 13 years, making it hard for himself there.
Hey, De Gea haters, where you at? That's all I gotta say.
I knew you do that. I knew you'd do that. Like, oh hey. Yeah, like De Gea didn't have that in his locker. I could take you through the receipts, bro. I got him.
Hey, sir.
I'm sorry.
Let me make my point over here.
That's all right.
Hey, De Gea haters, where are you at? My boy, United legend. You don't need to tear the man down because he made an error or two, and I'm not gonna tear Onana down because he made an error or two. People need to put some respect on De Gea's name. It's unfair how he was treated last season, everyone making him the scapegoat. Big boost to Phil at United. He was a great shot stopper, made an error, no reason to kill a keeper because he makes an error. Onana, he's a legend. Glad he put his hand up. But I'm just saying, like, people acted like keepers don't make errors.
Keepers make errors. It's just the rate of errors. And we're not going to get into a bit about David De Gea right now. Such a legend that he can't find a new club to sign him. 32nd minute. I'm just saying. Facts, bro. 32nd minute. Speaking of United, just cutting. What I said last pod, got cut open like hot butter, bro. Hot butter, warm knife. Here we go. 32nd minute.
Acceleration. Still Musiala. Gnabry! The match has turned. Bayern have scored twice in 5 minutes.
Tell you what, there's a lot of themes repeating this season with Manchester United. Not taking our chances, switching off, This is switching off plus like switching off after giving up a shit goal, then give up another shit goal. We've seen this goal like 5 times this season. How many games we played? Like 6. The Low gets beat bad. You would have loved AWB there because I don't think he's going to get beat like that. And then Lindelof doesn't do anything, doesn't come out, doesn't try to close on the ball, and then Eriksen's not tracking back in the first place. And nothing Onana can do because you give up chances like this, bro. You'll never win a game. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Something tells me this is a play that's going to repeat itself going forward, sir.
And we're going to struggle until it stops repeating itself because you're not going to do well, even for, new standards of Manchester United given the new normal and how everything, all the bars have come down. You're not going to finish in the top 4. You're not going to progress into
cups. But look
cups.
at the midfield.
Dude, they got cut
He started
through.
Eriksen. We're getting cut through by Brighton. We're getting cut through by Arsenal. And it's like,
yeah, but McTominay came on and then he didn't track back either. He came out as a sub and like he was.
No, I know. I'm just saying that, like, I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying. Like we played Eriksen against City in the FA Cup final.
I know.
In this position, like Eriksen against Burnley, the Builders. Let's go. Eriksen against Bayern Munich. Eriksen and an out of form Casemiro. That's not flying right now.
No, and that's spot on, sir. The players that were unbelievable last year, and Casemiro did have a brace at the end, but he did not have a good game. Like up into the 85th minute, he was very poor for him. And Eriksen's been poor. Martinez hasn't been himself. He was a little bit better today, but like the players that were standouts, killers under this new manager have not been good this year. Casemiro, Eriksen, and Martinez. Martinez coming off the injury, but those other 2 guys, they're getting up there in age, and I'm hoping that they can build themselves into form. But people thought it was going to get ugly early, sir. 32nd minute, like I said, that was the goal. Reguilón in the 34th does very well to beat his man, put in a nice ball. Facundo just can't quite get there, but it was a good chance. Reguilón having another good game, sir. He's looking like a player that, hey, I was wrong with that one. 37th minute, great headed chance for Højlund, but he scuffs it wide. Really good chance. And then 45th minute, United cut open at the end. Sané goes just wide after Reguilón is beat out wide. Go into the half, 2-0 down, sir. What are you telling the players? I've lost John, so we're going to see if John will come back. I'm going to get into that second half and wait for his Skype to reconnect. And the second half came out, piss and vinegar, ready to rock and roll, and United turned the tide early in the 49th minute from our Danish superstar in the making.
Rashford, Højlund with a chance, and Manchester United have got one back. Perfect start to the second half. A first Manchester United goal for Rasmus Højlund. Less than 3.5 minutes of the second half played, and that changes everything.
It's a reaction, it's a lifeline for Manchester United, and it comes from the big money man. New signing, it's a great touch. Out of his feet, just enough space, just enough time to get.
I mean, one of the most frustrating things about this match, do so well, get back in the game, playing some nice football. Højlund, a player who, a matter of time, an inevitability that he's going to get his goal and get his goal sooner rather than later for Manchester United. And he gets his goal, arguably should have had a goal the other day and did not. Obviously, the VAR overturned that, and then today gets his goal. You think it gets United back into the game, and this wasn't even letting up an easy chance. This was just straight up penalty call, sir. 53rd minute handball to Bayern in the box. Let's get John back on. We got you, sir. We're still rocking. We just went to the Højlund goal. We saw it scrappy. 53rd minute. Handball. You say straight handball. VAR overturned it. It wasn't called right away. It's like edge of the area, 2 yards out, hits Eriksen in the shoulder. But you said it was a stone wall penalty. What do you think, sir?
Are you doing the pod without me?
I'm always doing the pod without you,
You're
sir.
just like I drop off.
We keep rolling, baby. We keep rolling. I'm sweating in here. I got no air filters in here. It's like a AQI of like 165 outside.
I want it to be known this is a 2-man show.
Of course it is.
This is a
Couldn't do it without
show.
you.
This guy keeps rolling on without me. Show must go on.
Show must go on.
Look, the Højlund goal, love to see that. Let's go Denmark. Shout out to all my boys. and Kubenhound. Study abroad, baby. I love Denmark. Got my
That's
boy.
actually how you
Shout
say
out
it.
to Freddie.
That's actually how you say it.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Freddie, the AC Milan fan who's come on the pod. Hoyland is a dog. Dog with double D. Let's go. Like, that's a good thing for you. Look, shit football at the moment. You got to think long term. Hoyland, he's a dog. You just know it. He's hungry. Feed that man. Rashford passed to him. Let's go. It's a goal. Love it. Let's get in the 53rd minute. It's a handball. It's a handball. This is a handball, unnatural position. Yes, it is close. Again, this sucks. This is just bad luck. Shit happens. You got to take this one. But the one thing as United fans, we should know is that you don't buy Harry Kane just to get all the goals he's going to score for you. You buy him so you don't have to play against him.
Yeah, more of a factor is in the EPL. I like to.
But we're playing him now.
We're playing him now. He had a quietish game. I think we were more exposed, but in the wings and the midfield. But he gets his penalty. I disagree. I think that was a harsh penalty, bro. 2 yards out. It's like top of his shoulder. I can't do no correlation between the EPL bad calls because this is the first Champions League game and there's totally different refs.
Handball. I hate to break it.
I disagree. So I think it's harsh. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's a penalty. Let's hear Kane for the call at 53rd minute.
It's Kane! We might have known.
Tell you what, he can smash a pen. That Harry Kane, he can smash a pen or two. And story of the day, man. You do well, you get back in the game, and then this is more bad luck, tough luck. But all of a sudden, you're 2 goals down again, and you're fucking dying for air.
If anyone's lived long enough, everybody knows when it rains, it pours. And right now for United, it's only going one way. And you're not getting the calls when you need them, and they're going against you when you don't need them. That's just the way it is at Manchester United. 55th minute, Bayern hit the post a few times. I think we were lucky they didn't slot a few of those. They were Onana also came with some big saves too. You got to credit him. He did have the error, like we've seen with our boy Dea. He had the error and he made up with it with some big shots. 60th minute, great chance for Reguilón, but he scuffs it out for a throw. And then McSauce comes in for Eriksen the 69th. Like I said, 78th, big save from Onana. Anyone hate on Onana is absolute nut. 81st minute, double sub, Martial, Garnacho for Hoyland and Facundo. You just have to shout out to McTominay now tracking back. That's the kind of operation we're running.
Disappointed. That's very disappointing to me. I had to call it out.
Yeah, but it's the players and the coach, right? It's we saw it with Rashford, clipped up last game. Manager didn't take him out, and he's jogging around. Had to get rid of Ronaldo because he wouldn't press, right? And then now we got bluffers not pressing in this team. So it's the manager has to start if he's going to be dropping people, he's got to start dropping people if they're not running, and otherwise it's a slippery slope. And when you're seeing this from McSauce, who we know can run and can have that fire, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because he's been on the field for 13 minutes, and he should be fighting for that spot. And part of it's we don't have anyone else to put in right now. All our other midfielders, Mount's injured, Amrabat's injured, Kobe's injured, whatever. One of those games. 84th minute, Rashford finds Garnacho well at the far post, but Garnacho blasted wide. It was really a good chance. Would have hoped Garnacho came on a little bit earlier, especially because Facundo started to fade a little bit in the second half, as you would expect. But hey, flurry of goals at the end. 88th minute, Casemiro. He had a shit game, but never count him out.
Rashford, Martial, it's come for Casemiro, and it's in. And Manchester United have got another goal back. Casemiro forced it forward.
3-2 Bayern at this point. Casemiro does very well. Like I said, he had a poor game, but he grew into it. Last 10 minutes, he was outrageous with his 2 goals. United started popping around well. They were passing it. They were moving it. They're finally moving the ball like we saw last season. And Casemiro on the ground. I've never seen this, bro. He's not a yard out. He's 6-7 yards out on the ground, slams it home on his back. What can he do? Let's keep it going.
Let's go.
And then, what? Come on, Manchester United. We're goal down. Well, what's going to happen? Obviously, we're going to concede. 92nd minute.
Here's Tell again. He's just not missing at the moment. Matthijs Tel. That'll do it. That'll finish it.
That'll do. I don't even know who that guy is. 19-year-old from Bayern. Lindelof gets cooked, like ball watching once again. But United just try to keep things interesting. 95th minute. Bruno Fernandes free kick. Here we go.
Bruno Fernandes. It's in. What a game. 4-3.
What a game. 4-3. Bit of a consolation goal at that point, but just a frustrating evening. United sure promise at times, but that's not how you win football games. You have to fucking show up all 90 minutes, put in a shift. You got to score goals. You got to defend well. And we're not doing a lot of the above I just listed. So you're going to lose to teams like Bayern.
The devil's in the details. Looking at the stats, this will really tell you the game, right? You know, everyone looks at 4-3. We could have been in it, yada, yada, yada. It's like 19 shots to Bayern, 9 to United. By the way, 3 of those 19 off the post for Bayern. 9 shots on target to our 4, 60% of the ball to our 40, 600 passes against Manchester United for Bayern Munich. Just, they controlled the game. They didn't get out of first gear. You know, at the end of the day, we're miles off of it. And we have a lot of talent. And when you got talent, that's jogging. We've seen this movie before, sir. And it's not a great one. But what do we know? Let's check in with the man, our bald maestro, Erik ten Hag.
Okay, who wants to go first? Samuel. Just wait for the microphone, please.
Hi, Eric. After 3 defeats on the spin, what's the mood like in the dressing room after that defeat? It was quite narrow.
Disappointed. And when you score 3 goals in Munich, at least you have to take a point. But we didn't, and therefore we have to look in the mirror. But the goals were easy giveaways.
Rob? Okay.
Eric, why are the goals so easy giveaways at this moment in time? And how do you explain the Andre Banana mistake at a good time in the game for you?
Yeah, we were in the first 25 minutes. I think we were better in the game as Munich. And then, that goal that was such easy, but that was not only Andre. If you see how easy Sané is coming through, and that has to do with determination. And you don't let play so easy through. And that's the point. We have to cross the line as individual and as a team to win games. Because it started there.
Tell you what, the pressure's on. Erik ten Hag, you've heard that interview before. Says everything you'd expect him to say, to be fair. And now it's his job. He's got to right the ship. We got a big game. Every game's a big game, Manchester United, but when you've been losing a lot and having a really poor start to the season, this is the kind of game you lick your lips for. It's going to be tough. Burnley, they're actually trying to play football other than football these days, but they're off to a horrid start. They're going to be looking for a win. We need 3 points. No excuses. This is like every game's a must win, but Jesus Christ, we need 3 points, and we need it like today, and I need a clean sheet to go along with it. I don't need no like 3-2 at the death, like penalty, controversy. We need a win. As big of a game as it comes, sir. It's the biggest game of the season.
We keep pushing these must wins to different games.
They're all must wins.
But let's go. Let's get into it. The next match: Burnley versus Manchester United, away at Turf Moor. We're going away. We know our away form is not great. It's a tight turnaround. Saturday, September 23rd, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Am I going nuts? Noon kickoff
it's a late
on
game.
the West
Coast.
Coast.
It's going to be like a 9. No, I know, like Saturday at noon.
Saturday night.
It's going to be a night game in Turf Moor. I'm sure it's going to be nice and intimidating. They're going to be up for it. It's not going to be an easy match. Forget the form. Burnley are in the EPL for a reason. They were very good in the championship. They've started poorly. But dude, they're gonna be out for blood. They're gonna smell blood in the water. They know United is an injured dog at the moment, and they're gonna want to get a scalp, a big one, and they don't come much bigger than Manchester United.
There's no tastier scalp than an out-of-form Manchester United for the low-table
go.
opposition. Lifetime versus Burnley, we've won 66, drawn 24, lost 45. First time we ever played them. 1892 Newton Heath versus Burnley, drew 1-1 in the first division. Last 5 against the Builders, 1-4, drawn 1. With the last time we faced them in December 2022, we played them in the League Cup. And we won that one, sir. We would go on to win it. Win it all. Form coming in. Burnley got battered by City 3-0. Villa hit them for 3-1. Nottingham Forest did get pipped by Burnley 1-0. Tottenham 5-2. Nottingham Forest in the league drew 1-1. Again, we were on the ropes against Nottingham Forest there for a minute. Burnley's at that level. We are going away. That is the main concern I have. Brighton at home, Bayern away, Burnley away. Can we do it for 90 minutes? We need organized football where we're working our tails off for the full 90. Have to see it. Got to see it. You don't even need the 3 points. You need to see betterfootball.com, workinghard.com, organizedfootball.com. Sir, we need to be improving on all these fronts. That is the signal I'm looking for, because when you're playing shit football and your manager's spinning it in the press, only saying nice things, that's a worrying sign. And who knows what's going on at Manchester United? We've seen these players bluff before. They're not working hard when they're out there. What's going on with this team? I don't know, but in this game, we're going to find out a little more, and I feel like we always find out a little more every game.
Oh, it's an onion, man. We keep peeling back layers, and unfortunately, it keeps smelling. The deeper we get in that core of that onion, the more it stinks. Huge match for United. We've been playing like shit, and like you said, obviously we got to win, but I want to see consistent performance. I don't want us to concede any shit goals. It's like, Christ, I think it's 0-0 at this point, just because these goals we've been giving up have been fucking giveaways. Like, might as well kick it into our own net. So this is not going to be an easy opponent. Like you said, we have 2 days rest coming back from Munich. They're playing at home, and they only have 1 point. So they're a injured dog too, bro, and they're looking to get a win. And United got to show up and don't give them a fucking breath of oxygen for 90 minutes, bro. We gotta play them off the pitch like we know we can. We got to show up. We got to play 90 consistent minutes. We got to finish our chances. We got to defend well. Everyone's got to track back, and that's on the manager right now. He's got to grab this shit and get it working ASAP, because otherwise things are going to get real ugly real fast. One thing losing to Bayern and even to Brighton, but you can't be losing to Burnley after the run we've had.
Looking at our injuries, big injury list for United. AWB, add him to the list.
Insane.
Oh, no, that came out of nowhere.
I know.
Who are we paying on the physio side of things for Manchester United? Because this is a nightmare. Luke Shaw, out. Mainu, he is coming back, but not full fitness. Malacia, we're looking. I don't have the exact. He's currently being assessed, but I haven't heard any material.
A lot of assessments on this list.
Rabat, again, lower back. Who knows? Mason Mount, he's back in training. He didn't feature at Bayern, but Burnley, could he be a sub? Maybe. Varane, same thing. Anthony, suspended. Jadon Sancho, training with the U18s. Harry Magoo, who knows? And Ahmad, no update. So Mount and Varane are back in the team training. Rabat and Mainu doing individual training. So again, going to be a few matches before we are 100%, but we have tons of games, and this is just going to get harder and harder at the moment. So let's pray to the footballing gods we don't have more injuries. Given those injuries, what is your lineup?
We got to get some boys back sooner rather than later. That AWB one was just an absolute gut punch, losing 3 out of your 4 back 4. I'll go in Onana in net, Delo at right back. I think Varane's going to be ready to rock. He's going to play. We need that big beast in the back. Martinez, of course. Reguilon, he's our guy. I'm going to do Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno, Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho. Who you got, sir? So similar 11, just about the same 11. Varane in for Lindelof, who needs a rest. And then Garnacho for Facundo at right wing. Who you got?
I'm going unchanged from today. Run it back.
I love it.
We played well at the start. That's got to beat Burnley. He's going to have Eriksson in the middle of the park. Like if McTominay didn't do well when he came on, that would be the only other shout you could give.
Right. No one else
But
left.
at the end of the day, I think you're going to run it back because of the injuries.
Looking for that.
Booking the bookies, sir. What do we got here?
Booking the bookies. I'm trying to find another soundboard. Cannot. Sorry, sir. It's late on the West Coast. Booking the bookies. Burnley plus 330. They're the underdogs. The draw plus 310 and United minus 135. Given the odds, sir, what is your score prediction?
Oh, I love that draw when it comes to the betting side of things. But I do think, despite shitfootball.com, we can't lose this game. 2-1 to United. It won't be pretty. It could be a Burnley 1, then we come back. It's not going to look good, but I think we're going to win. I mean, I predicted the loss to Brighton and Bayern, but I'm going win here. Win ugly. Win, baby, win. Let's go.
Yeah, I think 1-0, like super squeaky. They make us work our asses off to get that goal, defend really well, nervy moments. But United get a much needed 3 points before we play Palace midweek. Sir, let's get into some news.
United in the news. Somehow Johnny Murtaugh.
Well, so everybody knows who listens to this pod a lot. I do the agenda. The big news, sir, was Ole did his first interview, and that was just a wine fest. So I didn't even include that.
No, I put it in. Don't worry. Like you got to cover that. That will be the last thing we cover.
Okay, I excluded that because I was like, I thought you had no appetite for that today.
No, Johnny Murtaugh had a all staff meeting on Monday and said strategic review is ongoing, and he's urging staff to hang tight and be resilient. Staff raised concerns over the level of debt against the club. Again, this guy is just nothing. There's nothing to see here. He can't tell you anything because he's beholden to the Glazers, and he has this job for one reason and one reason only. He will do their bidding. He will suck the soul out of this club. He is not on the staff side. He is on Team Glazer. So any attempt for him to have a meeting, to pretend like he's friends, or pretend like he has their back, or pretend like he didn't try to bring Greenwood back, or he didn't bottle everything he's ever done since he took over as CEO. This is the guy who's literally grabbing beers with random United fans, saying things he should not be saying in public. It's like, he has no clue how to run this company. It's unbelievable because it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You could literally hire people to tell you what to do. Be like, how do I interact with fans? How do I deal with the staff? How do I look good? It's like,
how do I not go to the pub and start sweating?
Trainer, like lay off the meat pies, like smile, these are things that are just a joke. I think just the way the whole Greenwood situation was handled, regardless of where you fall on the spectrum of that, how it was handled was horrible. How Ronaldo was handled was horrible. How De Gea was handled was horrible. How everything that's been happening over the last 10 years is horrible. And he is a continuation of that, so I don't really care that he tried to hold a PR campaign internally. Here's a tea leaf. If the club's being sold and on the block, why would he be holding these conversations? That, to me, is a weird thing because if the company's being sold, he'd be having a meeting about that. He wouldn't be having a meeting about trying to get people on side. This tells me something.
Because they're probably raising money, bro. Because they're probably not going to do a buyout. They're going to do a minority deal where they bring in cash, extend the timetable so they stick around for another decade, maybe two. But it's a good point, sir. He deserves nothing but contempt. He's a numpty. At least Ed Woodward's a fucking moron, but at least he kept his mouth shut, by and large.
Yes.
After 13, 14, he said some really stupid shit. I mean, he was a dum-dum. I mean, he was like, we could do things in the transfer market that only other clubs could only dream of. Like, he said a lot of dumb shit. This guy becomes the CEO, Richard Arnold, and he goes to the pub, and he thinks fans are not going to fucking stab him in the back or record him. Like, you got to know better. The club is a disaster. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you're Eric Ten Hag in or out, it's it don't matter, bro. You can bring back You could bring back Jesus Christo, sir. It wouldn't matter. You could be turning water into wine. It's like, ain't nobody going to be doing it with these idiots in the front office. The decisions they've been making, you nailed it. That was just last 12 months. Ronaldo situation, which was their doing. The Gea situation, which was their doing. Greenwood situation, which was their doing. And everything, bro. It's
Anthony, not looking into Anthony.
I mean, they didn't do diligence on an $85 million player, like the second most expensive player in our history.
They're idiots. They're like great idiots. But look, jumping to the sales side, from the Mail, Manchester United's dismissal form has done little to persuade Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Hassim to raise their $5 billion offers. So again, getting back to what we already told you, there's a discrepancy in price. The club is for sale. Just comes at a price. Ratcliffe ain't going higher. Sheikh Hassim ain't going higher. For now, they might go higher down the line. We've heard rumors. Again, this just is a game of chicken, in my opinion. But the Glazers don't have to sell. There's no forcing function, so you're going to have to raise the price. So who knows? They might raise the price. And if they do, that would be a great day for Manchester United fans, but we will keep you posted. We just talked about this, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka out for 2 months. Hamstring injury. You got to be kidding me. It came when he came on against Brighton. This is just absolutely brutal. And then the last article here, sir, as if we didn't need more crap to talk about.
I know, bro. I know.
This tells you, and this just goes to like, look. Late in May in 1999, Ole scored a goal in injury time.
It's our outro song. It's literally our outro song today. So keep going.
Oh, what a day! What a night!
Oh, what a night!
United legend came in, great caretaker manager. Should never have been the full time. Again, who gave him the job before he actually earned top four? Woodward. He was a big player power. He only had Mr. Nice Guy. Only nice things to say. Spun it one way. He got to spend so much money. He wanted Harry Maguire. He wanted Jadon Sancho. He wanted big name players that we signed that are absolute hot garbage. Like, I would argue that you can't pay more money for garbage than the signings that he got and he wanted. Yes, he wanted Haaland and didn't get him, but he did want Jadon Sancho. And he did want Harry Maguire. And he got both of them. And that is literally just burn the money now. And for him to come out now and pile on this crap when he's just as culpable of the fucking bullshit player power, only Mr. Nice Guy, bullshit culture that fucking melted down. And for him to point the finger like he had nothing to do with that, and he didn't feed that bullshit while he was there. Look at that suit he wore to the Europa League final.
Zoot suit.
Fucking wet noodled that final and didn't go for it in extra time because he was scared and played for penalties, dude. It's like you lost your job and you lost the locker room because you looked like a numpty and you lost a guaranteed trophy for Manchester United. And that's it. And oh, by the way, the players you signed were shit. It's like, he was a great caretaker manager, should have been promoted, shouldn't have given the $400 million. And for him to come out and complain like he didn't get Bellingham and Haaland is just insane. No manager gets everyone he wants. So the idea now that if any manager doesn't get every player he wants, then he can't do well is insane. And I just hate the fact he's piling it on. He should know better, should shut his mouth. And I just feel like this shows you everything you know. He's thin-skinned. He should have said it at the time. He should have called the players out at the time. He only Mr. Nice Guy it the whole way. Never called them out. And I think he should have. And like now to do it is just kind of like just piling on.
I don't know when the interview took place. This could have happened weeks ago. And then the Athletic was like, well, just do it on the day they play Bayern, biggest game of the Champions League group stage for us. He's a legend, a Manchester United legend. He should have been the permanent manager. That was a huge mistake to give it to him when he was, because given his lack of experience, his lack of winning experience, he signed Bruno Fernandes, but you're right. It's like he echoed a lot of the same things that other managers echoed. The culture is rotten to the core. Players didn't want to be captain. That really stood out to me. He asked players to be captain, and they're like, we're fucking good. He asked players to train. They're trying we're trying to work our way out. I agree. The whole I did nothing wrong.
But he shouldn't.
Just hold a second, if I may. got most of his almost all of his transfers wrong. I mean, Bruno was a resounding hit, but like Harry Maguire is one of the worst transfers you do, and Sancho's right behind that. AWB is finally coming good, but we overpaid for him. It's like, and he takes no culpability in the fact that like he wasn't that good of a manager at the end of the day. He was soft.
No, this is
he let
bullshit.
the players roll him, and they should have won that Europa League final. He had nothing to do, bro. He had no options. He had nothing. He didn't he didn't try anything. He sat on his fucking hands wearing that suit, and you know what? Number 20, he's a legend, sir. He scored that goal against Bayern in Barcelona, and he deserves all the acclaim. But like, he never should have been brought back as manager.
No, but
and
you don't do this.
No, I know
It's
all hot fire, and it's all criticism. Everyone's to blame except for himself, and that's what pisses me off. It's like you gotta take culpability.
It's like what you have to understand is like, has Mourinho done this?
In a way, he did it when he was here, bro. He was like this fucking.
He
club.
did not. He didn't. He has not done an hour-long expose, air the dirty laundry, blame others, interview.
I think they've all done. I think
with the
LVG did it.
LVG's called out the Glazers. He's also told people don't go to United because it's only a commercial club. That's fair. That's totally fair. This is an in-depth air dirty laundry against the club at a bad time when like probably these things are rearing their very head against Erik ten Hag, and he's adding fuel to that fire about how shit the locker room was and how the players didn't want to work hard. And he's literally fueling that right now when there's a manager fighting for his life. That's not a good thing to do.
That's fair.
Mourinho, I want that Mourinho book. I can't wait. He will write it. It will be in 10 years, and he will air all the dirty laundry about United. But this is just the timing of this is just too spot on for where we are. And I just feel like it wasn't done in the right way. If he writes a book in 10 years or something, like, and it's, all this stuff is past, that's one thing. But to do this to the Athletic right now, when Ten Hag's fighting for his life and probably dealing with these problems, and then just the way he was just blaming and complaining about everybody else, it tells you what Ole, his mentality, dude. It really does.
He like called out a penalty in the fucking we had no answers against the Yellow Submarines in Gdansk. We had nothing. We had no idea. He didn't switch anything up. He didn't bring subs on delayed. We can get into the whole penalties. But he's like, oh, if I didn't get denied that penalty, that was a stonewall. Like he's still hanging on. That bothers me. And also, like you said, this shit is infectious. Everybody, unless you're rooting for Manchester United, you're rooting against us. Everyone that doesn't love United hates United. That actually cares. That's in the game. So like they're all piling on. If you go to the Mail, it's like there's 20 stories and 14 are about Manchester United.
I know.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer giving
benefit?
them ammo is not what you need. I agree. I have to agree. I don't know when this interview happened. Like I said, it could happen in August or July, but it is a pile-on factor, which is the last thing this manager who deserves more time.
The only thing this does is boost his ego, bro.
No, it does.
That's
it's right. He hasn't
thing,
got a job in 2 years, bro. He's been unemployed for 2 years. Like, why?
Why is he unemployed? Because he's a shit coach, dude. It's like, come on, man. It's like, no. I said it when he left. Like, everyone thinks Ole is a great coach. Is like, who's going to hire him? Real Madrid call him? Who's calling him? Who's calling him?
There you go. Well,
Burnley.
No, they got they got company.
But do you understand? Bro. There is a little bit of that, which is like, again, it goes to Ed Woodward. Like, why'd you give him the full-time deal? I don't hate Ole for getting the full-time deal, but don't talk smack against our club right now. It's like, we're dying out here, brother.
We're dying. We're getting cooked. We're getting cooked.
And
we got Ole with Andy Mitten.
It
was Andy Mitten in the interview too. He's killing us.
The last thing we need right now is like Ole PR train shitting on United. But like maybe I'm just a little fired up because of the form we're in. But this is the last thing I needed to see was the Ole pile on. Like, give me a break.
I didn't even include it. That's why I didn't even include it, bruv.
I know, but I thought it would be good banter. All right, jumping into fan questions. We got some hot takes here.
I bet.
At Mike United Mets, quote, going to be bullish and say we I actually think this is the wrong fan question post here.
Hey, we're making it work. Where is the fucking?
Oh, no. This is right. Going to be bullish and say we beat Bayern at home. This run of results, particularly considering injuries, makes us look a lot worse than we have performed. It's a game of inches, and all the luck has been against us for 5 games straight. We will qualify from this group. Glory, glory, Man United. Look, Mike, shout out to you.
Appreciate you.
My head is Hans and Franz, baby. We're going. Like that. That's.
Oh, it's true.
I'm not pulling no punches right now.
I predicted it. I said fifth in Europa League.
For my own mental, I have to assume we're going to play Europa League football this year, because I can't be getting into that whole that's where we're at, in my opinion. Right now, we can turn it around, but that's where we're at. At you, Bosun, complete disaster all around. Squad looks like they've played 50 games this season. I fully expect another big loss this weekend. Nothing changes until the owners are gone. What do you think?
I found it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
That's a gem. I feel for both of them. I want to be positive. I think this has been a tough run given the injuries and the start, but I do think we can turn it around, but also wouldn't be out of character for us to lose this weekend, but I also wouldn't lose all hope. So it's this season's long, bro. We've been through 10 to 15% of it, depending on the amount of cup games we have beyond the EPL. We got a lot of football left. We got to turn this ship. Let's just try and stay patient, but I agree. This has not been easy as a Manchester United fan. It's never been easy over the last 10 years, but we got to just at least show up, play fucking 90 minutes, play hard, go for 50-50 balls, don't muscle it out, and let's just not embarrass ourselves again in terms of just the performance we put on the pitch for 90 minutes.
At JDW 300, quote, mentality. It's like there's a cap for how much we can keep momentum up, and after 25 minutes, it's gone. The handball was trash, but UEFA's so strict. A clip of the arm is enough. Much like Eriksen's. Palestri was good, but just not there for a normal starter. On to Burnley. At D_Cole, despite the final score, we were never a threat to win it. Bayern toyed with us. The team looks Ole broken. The spirit goes and heads drop. Marcus looks uninterested in anything but hero ball. It feels like we are another 5 to 6 signings away from being in any sort of danger to the big teams. What do you say for Ole broken? Are we Ole broken?
I don't think so yet. I think it's too early to say that. So let's give us another 4 games. I mean, we have a good run in terms of. Hold on a second. You're laughing.
Let's keep going. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing.
We have a good run of game. If he's losing, you see the next games we have in the league. We got Burnley, Palace, Luton, Brentford, West Ham. If he's fucking losing games and the team's walking around, then we're fucked. But we've had hard teams. We played the second place team, the fourth place team, and the fifth place team. And those are the teams we lost to. And then we lost to the best team in Germany, one of the best top 5 teams in the world, bro. Look at that 11. Not good enough. The excuse factory can't stop. The problem is the foreman's always on.
We did not look great against Wolves and Nottingham Forest.
I'm not saying we did, sir, but we got wins. But I'm saying and we didn't look. We arguably played better in the games we lost than the games we won.
I'm just saying that it's. Sir, there's a formula to this thing, and it's the games you win, you don't play well. You're losing and not playing well. You're not playing well, and then the manager's we're playing well. It's okay, everything's fine, and it's and then you have the players not trying on the pitch. It just who knows how far the stench goes.
No, that's the death. Right? That's the death blow. Not trying is that'll kill you.
I look at this team and I see a group of players who can get it together. That's the one. That's the disconnect in my brain that doesn't make sense, and that's the biggest concern. Is you look at that 11, you're like, yo, bro, they should be able to go toe to toe against these teams, and then we're not, and we're not trying hard, and that to me is the biggest concern. So I hope we turn it around, but I can't answer that question, and I don't know the answer at all.
Nor do I, sir. Nor do I. Open heart surgery, bro. I mean, we're gonna be playing that Ralph Rangnick quotes in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, but eventually we're gonna be replaying the best of Ralph Rangnick, where he just open heart surgery, sir. It still is, and a lot of these lads. I guess some of the bluffers that he referred to.
All right, we're going to finish on this one at Jordan_R. Eriksen can't start anymore. He can't defend and always feels culpable for the pullback goals we will always concede. Burnley will tell if this team still has any fight left for their manager. We're already there. I think we will beat Burnley. And like you said, the next 5 games are critical for this team because we just got to get back to basics. If we get an ugly win against Burnley and we can strip together some good football, we can come out of this dark abyss. But I'm just saying those warning bells are flashing right now for me. And you're right. Bayern is legit. That is a tough game. but we're not playing organized, solid football and like losing 1-0. Like I would be pumped about that. It's a different vibe we got going. It's all over the place. You know it. Mashed Potatoes FC right now, and we gotta hold it. We gotta hold together as a fan base. And just like on to the Builders, baby. On to Cincinnati. Let's go,
There you
sir.
go. Well
It's
said.
been a real one. Great podcast. If you like the America Red Devils, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/America Red Devils, www.americadevils.com, www.americadevils.store. We get you the pods on the road. This guy even does the podcast without me. Having a blast.
You're gonna listen
here.
back. You're gonna listen back, and you're like, "He did a pretty good job." Considering I had
know,
no idea when
but-
you're coming back, I did a pretty good job. I'm gonna pat myself.
Always
I'm
having
sweating my
fun.
ass off. How's the AC in that hotel room? I'm fucking dying. It's so hot in here. It's smoky outside.
65 degrees.
It looks
sir.
nice.
And cool in here. And you know what? It's like always having a laugh, some good banter, some good fun. Come on, United. It's not over yet. Season just got started. Save us. Let's go. Let's turn this around.
Let's turn it around indeed, sir. Let's do some top downloads. Speaking of people we appreciate the entire American Red Devil community. Hey, through thick and thin, we got each other. That's something. So top 10 cities, last 7 days. Number 1, how you doing? Los Angeles, California, Dublin, Ireland, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Brooklyn, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Philadelphia, PA, Toronto, Canada, and last but not least, San Francisco, California. Appreciate all the American Red Devils listening week in, week out. We'll be back in 48 hours' time. We got Burnley. We got Turf Mordor. John, thanks for being here, sir. On the road, we never quit. Manchester United, thick and thin. Here we go. Sir, I had to play the song. I had to play it. Oh, what a night.
Let's go.
Have a great one. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Burnley, let's get them.